Knockhill, round 12 about to take place. Pole position goes to Cameron Richardson. Reverse grid, he was 9th yesterday. Josh Porter next from Alex Solly, and then Tom Ovenden. Owen Hillman after his best finish yesterday. He's on row 3. And with another driver who had a best finish, Harry Higton. Lewis Selby and Jamie Osborne on row 4. 5th row, Nathan Edwards, yesterday's winner. Then we're into Charlie Hand, who was 10th yesterday, from Harry Campy, and returning Scotsman Jerry Hendry. Max Edmondson and Jacob Hodgkiss on row 7, followed by Ned Anthony and Alex Brandon, who had issues yesterday, as did Brent Bowie. Nicky Gauci on the reverse pole for the Sport Runners, ahead of Ben Crossley and Will Crooks. Then it's Henry Howarth and Archie Johnson, with Chris McKenzie for Bitcoin Racing rounding off our grid. It's a short lap, a very technical lap, and the racing will be the same. And this is the partially reversed grid, which could give us some even better action as the lights go out, and we are racing here. Josh Porter tries to get away and goes side by side. Josh in the red and black cars. We look at camera on the right of shot, and it's Cam Richardson, who I know his mum was very nervous about him having the pole, but I'll tell you what, he dealt with it well. He's down in P2, maybe not as well as he would have liked to have done, but it's a good solid start from him. And Josh Porter, who leads.
Yeah, Josh Porter, great getaway, but Cam Richardson will be happy with that, because the thing is just getting away, and if you're in the top 3 and you get away, it's a bonus. It's when you drop all the way to the back, and Nathan is gone.
Oh, and that's Lewis Selby, 2nd and 3rd, no, not 2nd and 3rd in the championship, 3rd place in the championship, the Napa car, and a driver who probably should be 2nd in the championship if he'd have had the rub of the green, Nathan Edwards. His luck has disappeared.
Yeah, gone. He just 2 into 1 has not worked out there, so that's going to be full yellow safety car straight out. Great call from the officials, Richard, because this is a place where it's blind and committed.
It is, yeah, very good. And the officials here are under a lot of pressure, as they are at most meetings, to make a decision very quickly, and even more so here because, as you said, it's such a short lap that they've got to deal with that and get the response going before the cars get round to the incident. It looked like Nathan was getting out of the car, which is great news. With Josh Porter about to get us going again, the youngster from Aylesbury. Lovely to see him at the sharp end of the field, and leads them down the hill into Duffers Dip for the first time in anger after there is Owen Hillman coming under pressure from the championship leader. Good one, good bit of learning experience here for the Pro Alloys team, who's been ahead of Max Edmondson, and Max was telling me yesterday, unless they find the money, this is it, game over for him, which is a major shame because he's right up there in the championship. Top rookie at the moment. You know, it's just a travesty to lose a driver of that quality.
Yeah, I really do echo those sentiments. He really shouldn't be losing people like that, but that is the way of the world, and that's the way of motorsport. So good luck to him. Teammates battling. Time penalty for number 12, 10 seconds false start. That's Solly, isn't it? Alex Solly.
It is, yeah. So Alex not having the best second half of the season so far. Remember, got involved with Ned Anthony at Croft last time out, and now gets a penalty for a jump start, which is a great pity. But he'll just now try and enjoy his race and work on whatever he can do. Harry Higton, though, is up into 5th. There is Harry in the pink and blue car. Best finish yesterday for Higton, the Manpower squad, their first season in JCW racing. And Harry Higton, the former Cooper champion, picking up 4th place yesterday. And tell you what, with fastest lap in this one at the moment, he's got some serious competition ahead of him in the form of Tom Ovenden. They've raced together in Coopers very well before, but he is now, we're in the second half of the season, Harry Higton knocking on the door of that podium, and that's going to set him up for, you know, the confidence for next year.
Wow, that was a bit of a shall I, shouldn't I, and then he's just backed out. Probably the best thing to do there.
Are we going to have a Napa party in a minute? Looks like Jamie wants to join the other boys.
Yeah, but listen, the Napas are slowing each other down, and you've got Josh Porter just getting on with it in the lead and getting it done. This is starting to look like something's going to happen. Look at these cars as they go up to the top. That was a proper, looked like a torpedo. I think, to be fair to Harry Higton, he shocked himself that the gap opened. Watch this now from Osborne. Bang, up the curb, bang.
Slotted in neatly.
Oh, so careful, got to be so careful doing that. Banging off that first curb, it can unsettle the car for the second little bit of curb. But look at them as they come through, bang, bang, brilliant. These minis don't take as much curb as obviously a touring car. They're just so stiffly sprung, and the damping just cannot take the compliance out of the suspension that's getting bashed off the curb.
Now, Osborne and Ovenden, remember, first and second in the championship, only one race finished between the pair of them, so there's a little battle on between those two. Here comes Osborne, goes out wide, he's going to have a look at Ovenden, can't quite do it, he's got 2 Napa cars in front of him as Tom. Which way is he going to go? Is he going to follow the man who's been in second position race long? That is Cam Richardson, furthest away from camera at the moment as they go through, but Solly's got the move complete, goes up into P2 without the time penalty. Solly up to second, and Ovenden off on the dirt.
Yeah, but look at Hickton, he's all over the back now of Osborne, and he's passed. He has gone past Ovenden, hasn't he? And that was a great move, and you can just see, look how close they are as they go down the back straight. Good stuff. A little bit of an overlap now for Hillman. Is he going to get past Hickton again? Brilliant racing that was. Look at this now.
Yeah, proper mini racing that we have here. Absolutely brilliant stuff. And let's not forget Josh Porter out front. He's having a little bit of a lonely race, Josh Porter, but doing a sterling job out front. But now he's got Solly behind him. As we go back now to there is Max Edmonton in the 33, getting stuck in. What's happened there?
So I'd like to think that the wheels got caught and that's what fired them both across, because otherwise you would say that was being driven off track, and I'd like to think that that isn't the case. Wheels get tangled up, so wheels have got tangled up.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There is no way on this earth that Cam Richardson would have turned 90 right into him.
Right, Richardson went on 2 wheels, so he's out there, and then so mentally recovering from that. How much later did it happen? The flash
wheels
there comes.
Yeah, the wheels have got. I can't. There's no way. Look, you can see the black on the left front wheel there.
Yeah,
the wheels have got attached. Yeah, the wheels have been attached. There is no way you would ever do that to a competitor. I can't see it. Unless somebody proves me wrong, I'm not having that.
The battle for the championship lead is in 3rd and 4th place, but we go across the line again. What do you reckon, 2 more laps in this one? And Josh Porter's got some work to do here.
This is a problem for Josh because he could be put under so much pressure. He's got a mistake here in him, and if he has a mistake and didn't realise that the guy behind him had a time penalty and he loses the win, I'll be devastated for him.
He's driven well though. He got well from the front of the grid, the outside of the front row. Alex Solly though is trying to build momentum. Jamie Osborne could be in this one as well. If we've got this lap and another one, do not discount Jamie Osborne here from a win.
Definitely not, because look how quick now Osborne is with them. Osborne is with them, and would Solly let him past?
I love Jamie. He's so laid back, Jamie Osborne, when you go and chat to him, and he never seems to get, riled about anything. Loves his racing, and he is with them. He's caught them, and bear in mind, has come back from, was it row 5 on the grid, and has got into the top 3. He's chipped away. It's been a very workmanlike performance from him and from Porter as well. Porter crosses the line onto the last lap. Solly, Osborne, Ovenden in 4th place. It's going to be between these 3 as they go down Duffer's Dip for the last time.
This is going to be all about who gets the... Look at Osborne round the outside of his teammate, but no, switches back in. Who can get out of this chicane the best? This will win the race.
Here they come through the chicane, heading up towards Clark Curve, and it's Porter who's soaking up the pressure. Ovenden is joining the party in 4th place as well, so we've got 4 minutes. This is what JCW racing is all about, and this is why we've got a plethora of teams looking to join this competition next year. But it's Porter coming down into the Taylor's hairpin for the last time. Let's watch the Napa boys. They're going to make a move down the inside. Thought about it, can't quite do it. Osborne's going to have a look as well. There's contact on the back of Porter from Solly. Solly backs out of it, and Josh Porter's going to grab his first JCW win. It's a reverse grid win, but a win is a win. There's the checker. Superb. Josh Porter takes it. Osborne into 2nd place. Tom Ovenden in 3rd place. Then it was Hill in the 70 car comes across the line next. Owen Hillman, beg your pardon, in 4th place. Another great result for Hillman. Harry Hickton does recover for 5th, Harry Campy in 6th, and then Anthony, after disappointment yesterday, has come through into 7th place with Lewis Selby recovering for 8th.
Great race that, wasn't it? And a lot of hand waving and made up. Howarth was loving that. Look at that.
Henry Howarth with now he was one that was ruining the drop scores, Henry Howarth, in the sport category, because he had a DNF at Croft, and that brought Archie Johnson right back into the championship mix. And Henry was in the wars yesterday as well, and Archie closed up a little bit more with another win. So those two first and second in the sport category. But Josh Porter, superstar from him, the 23-year-old from Aylesbury, has been with us since 2023, and a great reward for us as well as him, getting him to the top step of the podium. Very well done, Josh.
Absolutely. That was an interesting one though, wasn't it? Because it got he was in the lead by 2 seconds, I'm sure of it, and then they all caught him back up. But yeah, bits of damage here and there, but we'll see how that ends up in the clerk's office.
So round 12 of the Virtue Mini Challenge here at Knockhill, the reverse grid race won by Josh Porter. Well done, Josh, from Jamie Osborne. Super drive from Jamie, and 2 from Tom Ovenden, who chases his championship rival but finishes in 3rd. Owen Hillman with another best of 4th. Harry Hickton 5th from Harry Campy and Ned Anthony. Then it's Lewis Selby and Alex Solly 9th. Cam Richardson finishing in 10th after being a front runner for much of the early stages. 11th goes to Jacob Hodgkiss from Jerry Hendry and Brent Bowie. Then it's Charlie Hand in 14th. Henry Howarth winning the sport category ahead of Nicky Gauci, with Will Crooks taking the next position. So Will Crooks 4th in the sport category, ahead of Chris Mackenzie and Ben Crossley in 20th place. Problems in the race we saw for Max Edmondson, Alex Brandon in the invitational class car, and Nathan Edwards going off on the first lap. So one more race to go this weekend at Knockhill, and this is how the championship is left. The gap now up to 54 points. Jamie Osborne ahead of Tom Ovenden, with Lewis Selby in 3rd, and Josh Porter now up into 4th position with that win. Max Edmondson in 5th. Max, though, does still lead the rookie championship ahead of Jacob Hodgkiss, who's closed the gap a little bit, with Harry Campy in 3rd from Harry Hickton and the retired Albert Webster. In the sport category, 18 points is the gap between Henry Howarth and Archie Johnson from Ben Crossley. Chris Mackenzie and Nicky Gauci complete the runners there, with the JCW Sport Rookie category headed by Henry Howarth, again from Archie Johnson. Let's have a look how they line up, though, for round 13. Hope it's not unlucky for some. It's hopefully certainly wasn't in qualifying for Nathan Edwards. He's on pole. Jamie Osborne, the championship leader, alongside Lewis Selby on row 2 with Owen Hillman. What a performance from Owen in qualifying. Harry Hickton, nearly a podium previous time out, and he lines up next to 2nd in the table, Tom Ovenden. Cameron Richardson next from Max Edmondson. Then it's Alex Solly and Charlie Hand. More dirt coming up on Charlie Hand later, we hope. Harry Campy and Jacob Hodgkiss on row 6. Josh Porter with Jerry Hendry next up from Ned Anthony and Brent Bowie. Alex Bandham is next. The pole position for the sport category going to Archie Johnson. He's 2nd in their standings. And then Henry Howarth, who leads the standings, 2nd from Chris Mackenzie. Nicky Gauci on row 11 with Will Crooks, and then Ben Crossley, who had a disappointing qualifying yesterday, but he's 3rd in the standings for sport, hoping to do well from the back of the field. So that's how they line up. Yeah, I'll go back to the comment about Charlie Hand. I got told off by Charlie's dad because, I don't know if you remember, he wasn't at Croft because he went to the Oasis concert at Wembley, and Charlie had dobbed him in it and said, oh yeah, my dad would be hungover on the settee watching the racing, and apparently his phone went ping, 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 ping. And then, but actually some people hadn't realised that it was that Charlie Hand that was racing and put the two together.
Oh, so really?
Yeah, which is good. So we're looking for some dirt on Charlie Hand to spread to the nation at some point. He's a great lad, and the great thing is about when you can have a little bit of a josh with somebody, he actually takes it and enjoys it. He enjoys the fun. He's a good lad. Not
like some people I know.
Ooh.
No, I was on about you.
Oh.
No, I'm joking. You're always lovely, mate. You're always lovely.
That's very kind of you. Anyway, so there's this championship battle that could have been, isn't it? Nathan Edwards on pole position here, with Lewis Selby behind Jamie Osborne P2. So we've got that nap attack going on again here. But I think Jamie Osborne, he wants to win the championship, but he would probably have liked to have had a few wheel-to-wheel battles with Nathan Edwards over that first part of the season. Yeah, definitely. But, you know, this is what we were expecting, wasn't it? This kind of front row and everybody getting involved. And Osborne's got an opportunity here to really stretch out that lead. But, yeah,
A lot of stories. A lot of people have been driving real aggressive and getting the job done around here. You have to be at your most controlled, aggressive to get round here and be fast.
I think this is going to deliver us a race. There is Nicky Gauci, the Maltese driver in the 22S car, S for Sport, which is the stepping stone category up to JCW's, which is the front category we're looking at now, getting ready for the start of our final mini race of the weekend here at Knockhill Circuit. Nathan Edwards and Jamie Osborne get away well. Osborne's taking the battle to him, goes side by side. There's a clatter between the two. The mirrors on Osborne's car is slightly deranged. He's going to look round the outside as they go down into Dufferstein. Osborne gets the lead.
Wow, so brave, but it's not over yet. Nathan Edwards late on the brakes. Is it too late? No, brilliant. Jamie got an overlap. This is where it's going to get. No, it's off.
Through the quick fit barrier, back on circuit, third, maybe fourth place. Hinton's through, Jamie Osborne fourth. It is not game over, Paul. That wasn't quite the start we wanted to see, but that's the battle that has been maybe brewing up over the course of the season. Going through is the Pro Alloys car going through. Jamie Osborne will be fired up. Oh no, is it going to be an early safety car? Keep going through the gravel. We hope we don't. Now we've got Lewis Selby, so it's the two protagonists who went off in the first lap bunching, if I can call it that are now at the front together, with Harry Hickton in third, keen to get a first podium, if not a first win. I did finish my lunchtime chat with him saying get a podium or a win. Here's the change for the lead. It's a Napa car again, down the inside into the lead. Lewis Selby teeing it up. Nathan Edwards trying to defend or maybe get back in. That was on the limit.
On the limit, but his rear's locked. That will be a big worry. His rears are locking in that P2 car. That car is locking rears really badly. Nathan Edwards struggling in the 21. Harry Hickton will be lining him up into Clark.
He will. So the top three clear at the moment. It is Owen Hillman in fourth place. Again, a really good, strong run by Owen Hillman. And here we go with Edwards. Now that he's got the pace just came back to him. They did say what it was. I don't think it wants me to broadcast what the issue was with the car, but they found it at Croft and he started getting pole position again, and now he's involved in the racing. Looks to the outside run here, but Harry Hickton will maybe pop up the inside here in that very indistinctive pink and blue car.
Yeah, but look at the run that Nathan Edwards has just got off there. I thought he'd really made a hash of that, but he's not. This is going to be super close. Selby, what will he do? What will Hickton do? Can Hickton see a gap to go to P2? Because he does. Down the inside, he can take the lead with it. What a move! Brilliant!
Harry Hickton, third to first, and he read that magnificently, Paul.
Oh, that was Ash Sutton-esque at Croft. That was absolutely stunning. I just hope he hasn't gone wide in the gravel. No, he's not. That will be one for the resume. That was amazing.
And Owen Hillman has now planted himself on the battle for third place, and he's looking at the back end of Nathan Edwards' car. Nathan, the top winner last year, remember, didn't take the championship. That went to Dan Seelos, but he was the winningest driver, if we can use that word. And look at Owen Hillman, loves this track. It's his favourite circuit, as Edwards looks down the inside here of Lewis Selby. Wonderful to see Owen Hillman and the Pro Alloys team. I remind you that Manpower, that are leading this one, Harry Hickton and Pro Alloy Wheels, it's their first season in the Mini Championship, and here we are just into the second half of the season, and they're finding their feet and taking the battle to the established front runners.
Yeah, it's great to see, isn't it? Absolutely great to see. And there you go. So what we're looking at here is Harry Hickton's move, but it all started with him all over the blue painted part of the track on the exit of the pit lane, which some may question, but I do believe that has been happening most of the weekend. So I've not seen anybody pulled up on that, but it is a good spot. And is that Max Edmondson?
It is.
Yeah, getting smashed off the track there. Be interested to see what they do about the track limits, maybe, of that Hickton pass, but I have seen a lot of people doing that most weekends.
There, yeah, have been a lot of people doing it in various formulae. Max Edmondson, we're looking at there, the Pro Alloys car. I tell you what, you literally do need today sunglasses going past all that fluorescent signage in the Pro Alloys camp. And at the moment, we're hearing that Max Edmondson is telling me yesterday that this is his last round. He hasn't got the budget to carry on, you know, like Albert Webster last time. It's such a major shame to be losing drivers like that. And if you're half thinking about getting involved with any of those drivers, don't think it, just do it.
Yeah, exactly, especially when you've got the coverage that these guys are all getting. It is a shame, but it is a way of the world, and we all go through it as drivers, but if we can ever help out, then that's what we try and do. But like you say, they're good drivers, and that's the real shame of it.
Well, a little bit of grass popping over onto the track. Harry Higton still the leader, with Lewis Selby in second from Nathan Edwards and Owen Hillman, as we look at the lead quartet coming into Taylor's the hairpin. This massive climb that they have to make in front of a lot of the fans that are here. Jacob Hodgkiss in 95, second in the rookie championship. Jacob moving up from BRSCC Fiesta racing last year, racing in the juniors, so moving up into senior formula and doing a good run in the rookies as well, especially with the likes of Harry Higton involved in it. Max Edmondson leading the rookie category at the moment, as we go back to Max with Alex Solly in the number 12. So Alex trying to deal with Max here. Max was a little bit off colour in terms of qualifying, Paul, and apparently it was a brake issue. They sussed it out in race 1, and that's why he had the pace as Nathan Edwards goes into P2. Fastest lap for Nathan Edwards as well.
Oh, that was classy, that was, but I thought he'd overrun it a little bit. Selby tried to come back at him, but Nathan Edwards will defend this now because he knows that Selby is capable of the late lunge and getting down the inside. So yeah, it's all happening, isn't it? And we've got track limits for 21, which is Nathan Edwards, so he's got to be careful of that. A little bit on the track limits. Have you seen how they do it with the VAR kind of things that ITV Sport, they help out with the cameras, and it's really good, yeah, really good. So it's a lot more easier to determine if someone's gone wide. Now I had a quick look at it before, really impressive.
So Higton now being closed in by Nathan Edwards. Nathan's on a roll. We saw him bag that fastest lap, but he's got to be wary of track limits, and he will just gun for the win. We won't have any judicials till after the race, so we'll probably get to talk to whoever crosses the line first. But Nathan all over Harry Higton now. Yeah,
this ain't over yet. They're all swerving that grass that's been brought on by Max Edmondson. But great run Harry Higton has out of the Clark curve. Really impressive. But those locking rears that Nathan Edwards in that 21 had earlier, it must have just been cold rear tyres, because now he's braking as late as anyone, and it's not a problem. It was this first corner that really he was struggling at. He nearly went off braking, but they do have a lot of dive over the front axle, and then the rears lift off the floor. Just having a look, Nathan Edwards, he won't get it done there, but this is not going to finish like this, I'll guarantee you that.
There's so much to look at here, and we've got the quartet here. 2 cars behind them are the 2 guys fighting at the top of the table in the championship, so we need to keep one eye on that, but rightly having a look at the race leaders going through, with Harry Higton, who was saying to me at lunchtime he was so pleased to have got past JB Osborne. He did the move, got up onto the podium, and then threw it away, and he, as I say, made no excuses for it at all. But he said the main thing is now we know we're getting the pace.
Exactly, and that will be the thing that you focus on. You've got to focus on the speed of the car and just get it done when you can. So late on the brakes then for Nathan Edwards. He's going to try and switch back underneath Harry Higton, get the power on nice and early, but the only thing he's going to have now is probably... Oh, Jamie Osborne!
Jamie Osborne! What was it we were talking about in race 1? A DNF, a retirement, a lonely finish could extinguish...
Windows open, so that is definitely coming in the pits, that car.
Right, okay, not what Jamie Osborne wanted at all. And here comes the battle for the lead, change for the lead. Edwards down the inside, Higton on the outside. How long is this going to go side by side? Accelerate Team versus Manpower Motorsport up into the chicane. Higton gets the lead back, but Edwards still fighting.
Very classy stuff from these two, but now look at Selby, he's going to have a look. Oh, this is going to bring the 4th place car in of Hillman. Hillman's in a great place to get on the podium here. Looks like he's been off, has he? Is the grass all over the bottom of the car? Yeah. Wow, okay, so...
Not the weekend, is it, for Jamie Osborne? And so he's going to maybe have to wait a little bit longer as we go back. Ned Anthony busy chasing Archie Johnson. Johnson leading the first car that we saw there was leading the sport category with Henry Howarth in pink. We go from pink to pink and blue. Henry Howarth, championship leader, second in the sport category at the moment. But now Selby, who cycled all the way here, believe it or not, to Knockhill to raise money for charity, is in 3rd place and busy challenging. I'll tell you what, if he looks in his mirrors, he'd be forgiven for thinking that it was Max Edmondson, but it's Owen Hillman who's absolute driver of the meeting for me at the moment.
Driver of the weekend, Owen Hillman, absolutely brilliant. And the leader drops a left rear. That's the first time I've seen that this weekend from anything I've been commentating or watching. And a left rear in the gravel in a front-wheel drive car is the absolute worst thing you could wish for. But look at that, he's still pulling away. Clark Curve, the corner we've just come out of, is going to win in this race, or is it, because it's a late lunge? Edwards is turned in.
No! He gets it going again, but he's lost. Look at that. He lights up the tyres trying to recover. I tell you what, Edwards will be absolutely distraught with himself for that. It was a typical Knockhill move, diving down the inside. We've seen it in the domestic R53 championship, and that has completely changed the complexion of this race now with Lewis Selby. How fitting would it be after his wonderful efforts in the week if he got a win, but not at the expense of Nathan and also Harry Higton. And big shame for those two.
Yeah, huge shame. So he must have broke suspension here then. So this looked to me like it was on. No, it's not on. Oh no, it's a clean mistake, a clear mistake by Nathan Owens. He will be devastated for himself. He had nowhere to go. He had to try and slow it down and keep it right. The first thing he will do, I'm hoping, is go and shake his hand and say, I am so sorry. That's the first thing he should do, because Nathan is not that driver. He really isn't. He's gutted, and I'm gutted for him. It's so easy to lock up. It's either you go in the gravel trap or you think, I can slow it down and get this move done. And to be fair, it was slowing down, but just not enough.
The stewards have a real problem with it, because whatever judicials happen as a result of that, and you know, you're right, Nathan wouldn't want to do that, but it doesn't get the places or the points back for Higton, and that's one of the just bad luck elements of racing, isn't it, when that kind of happens. We've got a little bit of Pro Alloys team racing going on now, because we've got, who'd have thought this? We've got Owen Hillman second, and Max Edmondson in third. Owen told me that if Max was coming through in race 1, he said, I'm just going to wave him through. Whether he'll do it now in P2, chasing Lewis Selby, I don't know.
This is absolutely, and this is no disrespect, this is an extraordinary performance from Owen Hillman. Honestly, I know Owen quite well, and I know he's raced for quite a while, but he is far from experienced. Brilliant stuff to see.
It is wonderful to see. There is Henry Howarth. So Henry Howarth leading the sport category ahead of Archie Johnson. So Henry's going to take a few more points out of Archie in the sport category. At the moment, it's Ben Crossley's come up to third. Well done, Ben. He's up to third ahead of Nicky Gauci, the Jam Sport Scholarship winner. Wonder who's going to win it for next year. The first round takes place in November. I think they're taking bookings for that. So if you fancy making the jump from being on the, you know, on the terraces here to maybe driving a car next year, it's a very good way of getting involved. But Selby, 4/10 clear of Hillman. What are the Pro Alloy boys going to do here? That's the question. As we see the sport runners go. Now back to Harry Higton, who is in 5th position. He's got Alex Solly behind him. Then Jacob Hotchkiss quietly racking up the points as well down behind these guys. And how has that affected Harry Higton in terms of, is he going to get close? He's got Tom Ovenden in front of him. He's got to catch Tom. If he works with Alex Solly, he might well be able to maybe have a nibble, but looks like Harry's had the wind taken out of his sails a little bit.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? You just never know, you know, the kind of car he's dealing with. It might have a little bit of a problem with the car not steering straight. Yeah, you just never know. But as the driver behind, you will see what he's just seen, and that's understeer from Higton, and Higton will now be vulnerable because it looks like he's a little bit hobbled to me.
Higton and Solly, both real-world drivers in our official mini eSports series in the week as well, so we'll be resuming action in that this week. We've got an ex-junior saloon driver from the ARC winning that one, Lewis Stannard, a young teenager who wants to come and race minis in the future as well. And we're looking forward to that one at the end of the week. But here we go then, Max Edmondson. Now, what's going to happen here? Do we think, because Owen Hillman here is actually within a real go of getting the overall win, so is he going to let Max come through, or is he going to race Max, or are they going to work together and try and get on terms with Lewis Selby?
This is tricky, because Pro Alloys could have a win here, but there's not enough pressure being applied for me from Edmondson to have Owen, his teammate, just move out the way. So look, he's already a little bit of a gap there. But yeah, this is tricky, but they won't want to take each other out, and they get on pretty well, so I can't see it. But if it's a clean pass, I think Edmondson will go for it.
Yeah, you're right. Lewis Selby, though, this year has been mega. I mean,
big slide from Hillman, and that might do it for him.
Jerry Hendry, one of our Scottish guest driver. Great to see Jerry back with us in Mini, and has a little off as he adapts to the car. It's a lot to get used to. Let's have a replay of Jerry's motor through the gravel.
Ooh, he's kept his foot in, fair play.
Yeah.
And not collect too much grass, so that's good. He has got away with that, like really got away with it. Must have just locked up, coming down Duffus Dip, trying to get into into the right-hander down the bottom there, McIntyre. So, yeah.
It's coming back to saying that, you know, Selby, we kind of dined out on his, or we'll come back to that point in a minute. Here we go, replay for P2.
Yeah.
Edmondson with the turquoise top, looking down the inside of his teammate, and yeah, nice neat pass.
That's because Owen in that number 70 had, you know, when I was like, ooh, that was a big slide from the rear of the car.
Right.
He's come out the throttle and Edmondson's just got the overlap. But I think Owen has just gone, I would love a podium. I'm not going to win this, maybe. Let me teammate crack on. And it looks like he's going to get on with it.
That is just so smart, isn't it? Back to the sports, Nicky Gauci, the Maltese driver. Will Crooks is next up as well. The man from Whitby is also in the E-Series and doing great things, learning the E-Series Championship as well. And then it's the, I think, Bitcoin car coming up down behind them as well, which is Chris Mackenzie, who's actually had class wins. Most of the drivers in the sport category have had, well, I think all of them have had podiums in the category, if not wins. So it's been very, very competitive. We'd love to see some more sport cars out next year, and I think that's the plan. Talking to Ria and the team at Mini, very, very bullish about next year. Lots of drivers making inquiries. I know of one big team coming back to the paddock. And I say big, as in very well-known team, looking to come back into the Toka paddock and to join Mini Racing, which is good. I won't steal their thunder, but there are going to be some good names on the grid next year.
Very interesting. I will chew your ear off about that when we're in an advert break. Never told me about that, did you?
I just did. There we go. So Harry Higton still there. Alex Solly's going to have a little look down the inside. And Alex has got to get the move on here because Jacob Hodgkiss is going to pop up the inside here.
Yeah, that nearly went wrong then, didn't it? Solly was like looking and going, yeah, reckon I could do him. And then he didn't realise how fast Jacob was coming in behind him.
Solly getting a little bit squirrely there as well. So Jacob, and then it's Charlie Hand, the Crawley boy, down behind them, trying to close in and grab a few points as well. Still Selby from Edmondson now with the fastest lap. So Edmondson fastest on track. Let's see what Jacob Hodgkiss can do. Jacob having a good learning year, and you kind of want the drivers to have at least a couple of seasons with us in Mini just to get to grips with it. And you see the likes of Harry Higton getting to this stage of the season, into the second half of the season, suddenly banging up on podium pace, and that's going to fill them. We've only got 2 rounds after this. We're nearly at the end actually, this, aren't we? There's only 2 left. How did that happen?
I know, you forget that, don't you? That's the problem. It's pretty quick and it's over very fast. But yeah, they need to get as many points as they can, these championship leaders, on the board. But yeah, Higton's been very good. That move he pulled from the lead before was just so special.
Yeah, a great peddler, some really good drivers in this one. And coming back to the point, we'll come back to Selby in a minute, as Solly's teammate is still busy chasing. So Solly has got away from Hodgkiss for the moment and will re-engage with Harry Higton, the ex-junior saloon driver. And having a look here, let's see whether Solly can continue with that pressure on Higton, who's going to be ruining what could have been a win, if not a pretty much definite first podium, but for that contact. And I think you know, there was a lot of contact in race 1, Paul, and you know, I did the walk around the paddock, and most of them just accepted it was racing. There wasn't malice. You said that with the first race, and most of them take it in the right spirit.
Yeah, it is. You know, no driver goes out there to destroy anyone else's race, but sometimes they make decisions which are stupid. But people not making stupid decisions are the sport runners, which is nice.
They do. It's Nicky Gauci just in front there of Will Crooks. So this is 3rd, 4th and 5th. Jerry Hendry's called it a day after his trip through the gravel. That's now, is that prone?
Yes, maybe, because that looks like the exit of Clark, which they're coming. So when they come through the chicane, I think that car is parked on the left up here. It'll be on the right, probably, that car. There it is. That they might get away with that, but it's in a bit of a precarious position, and so are the back markers for the leaders in a second.
Yeah, because this is a short lap, and there is a performance differential between the JCW front runners and the JCW Sports, the H-pattern cars. Then it is possible that we'll get a couple of drivers, particularly if they're getting involved, will find themselves subject to being passed by the leaders, so an added complication to the race.
I've got a feeling that our P2 runner there, that number 33, he is going to be very soon battling for this lead hard, because that's a good battle as well.
It is a good one. This is 4th, 6th position. Jacob Hodgkiss.
Keep it going. Yeah, that was a squeeze to try and open the corner
Right.
up. And the driver on the other side, which you see going through the gravel, just didn't want to give that room up. So Solly, number 12, he didn't have anywhere to go, to be fair. I think, to be fair to Jacob, and he's another lad who would never do that on purpose, I think he's thought there was more room for Solly on the left-hand side.
He's probably seen the other drivers going that much further over.
Yeah. It's a shame. Shame.
So a bit of traffic now for the leaders. Max Edmondson beginning to close up, and this might, if you were Harry Hickton, you'd love a bit of traffic, wouldn't you? Because you'd weave through and dive through, and I'm wondering, Max Edmondson knows about traffic as well.
Let me tell you this. This ain't Formula One, so you ain't going to be needing to get out the way after so many blue flags. Keep your eyes peeled on this, because this is going to either win some on the race or lose some on the race. Because in the corners, they're as fast as anybody, but in the straights, they're not.
And while I say that, you can see now the gap is closing up, and I've said how good.
Oh, he's going to go for it.
He's going to have a go. I was about to say that we know that Edmondson's good in traffic, but Selby cut his teeth in Mini Melia and Mini 7s, so no better training ground for traffic there. But this is the battle for the lead, and it's Edmondson on the outside run. Selby defends well, goes to the inside. Edmondson's going to now get the cut back on the inside, bouncing up the hill.
This is going to win him the race. I'm sure of it. These back markers, but they're still there. Look at them. There's two of them. They're going to look behind and think, where do we go? Where do we go? How are they going to do this? Are we going to get people lifting out the way? Well, that's one gone, but Edmondson makes the move. He read that brilliantly, but slides into next week at the turn one.
You can see the marbles on track. Hats off to Chris McKenzie for moving over, allowing them through. Same too to Nicky Gauci, the Maltese driver in the sport category. We knew that there might be a little bit of lappery here, but it's Edmondson out front. Here's a replay.
Yeah, I feel really bad for Selby, because he just checked up a little bit while making that pass, and then Edmondson was like, I'll have a bit of that. But that is not over yet. The best bit about this is the cutback that Edmondson gets. Look, he slows it down, turns it in, and then he just strains it up, and that's why he gets this overlap now. And this is a super special move. Are we going to see the massive oversteer? Look at that, turns in, bounces off the curb, the left of the car just starts to slide all over the shop. Great stuff, and he's away.
So as I say, the first thing Max said to me yesterday was, this is my last round. I mean, how can you leave a championship, when you're there battling for the lead with Lewis Selby? Both of these drivers, this is going to be, I think, if Max wins it, a second career win in Minis to add to the 2 Civic Cup titles that he's had. So remember, multiple titleist in other Formula joining. Lewis Selby, absolute wizard in everything Minis, whether it's classic or otherwise, and still 2 minutes to go.
Yeah. So let's just remind ourselves that the car you are seeing leading this race bounced across the gravel and the grass, and has now got grass in its radiator as well. This car here is now getting a penalty as well for track limits.
Yeah, so Owen he'll be pleased that the car is on podium pace, and that is an absolute mega job for the team, but it's not going to be a finish there. We've got a gap.
Yeah, I think he could do it. If he keeps that gap, Hillman will keep his...
could keep P3?
Yeah.
Because of the gap back to Tom Ovenden?
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting, isn't it?
Oh, there's that left rear. Mine, yours, mine, yours.
Charlie Hand.
Charlie Hand, I tell you what, mate, I bet you've only just started to breathe as you got to the apex of the next corner.
Oh dear. So yeah, Charlie back on track. I have got the story for Charlie, but we might have to save that for another day. Just looking at the timing, Hillman 5 seconds, nip and tuck whether Hillman's going to stay third on the timing tower or not. As we go back to Max Edmondson, Lewis Selby. Lewis has been an absolute star all through the season. I was starting to make the point, we used to dine out on that wonderful win that he had with the tyre choice at Donington at the start of last season.
Yeah.
But he's won races, don't like listening to the word properly, but he's won fastest off the front races since then. Yeah. And a great performance again this weekend, and it's wonderful to see drivers starting to tick off the wins. They're going to pass Ben Crossley, the former rallycross driver, running well in the sport. Third in the sport category championship is Ben. Max Edmondson still throwing the car around. 1:10 to go, lap and a bit to go, and Selby looks like he's trying to close. Well, of course he's trying to close up, with Hillman still in third place, Ovenden fourth, fifth is Harry Hickton, Jacob Hotchkiss in sixth, Charlie Hand 7, Alex Solly in 8th.
Yeah, so they're still at it, these two, battling hard, aren't they? And yeah, Higton is just trying to get away from Hotchkiss, but this is going to be tight to the very end. But I've got to say, this podium will be amazing for Pro Alloys unless Hillman drops his speed. But this is a great battle between these two.
Yeah, these two drivers, both products of the British Motorsport junior scene. Harry Higton from the BARC's Junior Saloon Championship, Jacob Hotchkiss from the BRSCC's Fiesta Juniors. So maybe some bragging rights to be had here between those two championships. So they come into Taylor's the hairpin, and it's Hotchkiss on the outside. Higton maybe still carrying a little bit of damage from that contact with Nathan Edwards earlier on, but they're side by side as they go up the hill. Hotchkiss wants another place. Charlie Hand wants to join in as well. Charlie, another driver from the Junior Saloons who came up into minis. Hotchkiss mindful there of the space between the two cars.
Yeah, brilliant race in this, and do you know what, fair play, because when you're going into Duffers like that and into Leslie's, you've got to be so careful and confident that you can get the thing slowed down and not tag your competitor. Really good racing, and that was nice to see that they weren't even into each other's doors. Higton's made a mistake. Woo.
And here's Max Edmondson, hasn't made very many mistakes at all, if any, in this one. And the Pro Alloys car is going to grab a second career win. He comes up the hill. Lewis Selby is still in P2. And here we come, up towards the checkout. And it's Max Edmondson that takes the win with Lewis Selby, a fine second position. Owen Hillman will cross the line in third, but we'll wait the timing screen to see how that pans out. Jacob Hotchkiss still busy challenging Harry Higton, who's had an eventful race. And down behind them, Charlie Hand has closed in, but not quite enough to do it. And I think the timing screen, Paul, do we think Owen's got that third? Is it a double podium?
Oh.
For?
Well,
is that adjusted?
If you look at if they've adjusted it
for Pro Alloys.
Yeah. Oh, they must have adjusted it.
So we think he's got it?
He must have got it, yeah. He's showing us
double podium. There's going to be some celebrations in the northeast of England this evening.
Yeah, exactly. And I'd like to say, Max Edmondson, please use your time wisely in your interviews, because this is the big one, mate, for you. This is the biggest test, is to stay on this grid. So good luck to you, mate. You deserve everything you get.
A great team. You know, I'm taking nothing away from the nappers and manpowers and accelerates of this world, but you know, really friendly team, and wonderful to see them getting a go on the podium. I think the fans have really enjoyed the racing, but Max Edmondson was involved in a little bit of contact, wasn't he, in the earlier race, and the new splitter, I thought that Cam Richardson had bought him it, because Owen said, oh, he bought him a new splitter. Oh, that's nice. But what he mean was they brought it, they carried it back to the awning for him, because one of the mum went down there to get it and after they bought it. But nice. That was very nice of them to help carry it back, which was good.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
So, Virtue Mini Challenge here at Knockhill. Round 13 and a second win of the season for Max Edmondson. Sincerely hope he's not departing the championship. Lewis Selby P2. Owen Hillman makes it a double on the podium for Pro Alloys Racing. A first time ever for them. Many congratulations. Tom Ovenden racking up good championship points there in fourth, ahead of Harry Higton and Jacob Hotchkiss. What a race they had. Charlie Hand in seventh from Alex Solly and Harry Campy. Cam Richardson completing our top 10. 11th was Brent Bowie in the bio-sustainable fuel car, ahead of Ned Anthony. And Henry Howarth gained another win in the sport category, ahead of this time of his championship rival Archie Johnson. Ben Crossley completing the podium for the sports. Then it was Nicky Gauci and Will Crooks from Chris Mackenzie. Out of luck in that one, Jamie Osborne and Josh Porter. Also out of luck, as we saw Jerry Hendry, the local driver, making his return to minis. Nathan Edwards and Alex Brandon. Wow, what a race we've had. Just two more JCW events to go. And before we get to that, here's how they stand after round 13 in the JCWs. Jamie Osborne, the gap now down to 40 points over Tom Ovenden. Lewis Selby, though, third from Max Edmondson, and previous race winner this weekend, Josh Porter. How close is it? The Rookie Championship, Max Edmondson, 35 points ahead of Jacob Hotchkiss and Harry Higton. Harry Campy, fourth from Cam Richardson. JCW Sport, 21 points is the gap now. Always worth a look at the JCW Sports. Henry Howarth, the leader from Archie Johnson and Ben Crossley. Chris Mackenzie, fourth from Nicky Gauci. And the Sport Rookies, Henry Howarth from Archie Johnson and Nicky Gauci.